how would it be like in Germany if Germany and France had to talk to each other and Hitler's successors would be still alive and still running the country in Germany?
So,
can I now ask you a bit of a personal perspective on history? Because I'm going to go just a little bit, make an analogy which may not seem right to you, but 25 years after the Second World War, what would happen to Germany and France if Germany and France would have to make a dialogue after the war, but one party would be Gebelsi still alive because he was Ministry of Information, let's say, of Hitler, and today we have Vuçiq, who was Minister of Information of Millosheviqit, running Serbia. How would it be like in Germany if Germany and France had to talk to each other and Hitler's successors would be still alive and still running the country in Germany?
Yeah. Difficult question, but let me give you some examples when Germany reconciled with Israel. At that time, the Chancellor was Adenauer. His chief of cabinet was a guy called Hans Globke, who was the author of the Nuremberg race laws, making the Jewish population in Germany, outcast, third citizens. So, we had a lot of complicated figures. When Willy Brandt before he became Chancellor, Foreign Minister, he was an emigre, he was, in the diaspora. His boss was the German Chancellor Kurt Georg Kiesinger, who was a member of the Nazi Party. So you had inner reconciliation, you had millions of Germans who had a compromised history. So you have to reach...
No, this is news to us. So you didn't oust all the Nazis from...
I mean, he was just a member. He was not he was a young man, what I want to say is, of course, criminals should have been prosecuted. We didn't do a good job, In my own my own ministry, when it was after founding of the Federal Republic, out of the 9 Director Generals, 8 had been members of the Nazi Party. So you couldn't clearly say these were all untainted figures, and it haunted us until the beginning of the 2000s, when there were obituaries of people who, when they died, that they were written, they were always great.
I'm interested if society talked about this.
Yeah, but it took a long time. I mean, most of the judges in Germany were not fired. They were uninterrupted. They were doing judgments during the Nazi times. So only in the 1960s we started to really deal with history. A lot of people wanted to, forget about it because we were victims. My father was emigre from what is now Poland, horrible history. Half of his family was killed while fleeing, So you could have a narrative of victimhood, but at the same time, a lot of Germans were perpetrators.